Right, chat. Very good evening or afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Hope we're all doing well today. Welcome indeed. Right. So then, guys, welcome. Today, we are going to be flying back in the Fenix A320 today. Very much looking forward to this. First time flying the Fenix on, well, actually, first time, I think, doing a full flight in the Fenix since I got the new processor installed. So very much looking forward to this. And we're going to be flying from Sofia. I mentioned the other day to you guys that I recently got the Fly Too High scenery for Sofia. So we're going to be flying from Sofia in Bulgaria, basically straight to the south, over to Athens, Greece. Now, there is an event on at Greece on VATSIM. It's actually between Thessaloniki and Athens. And yeah, I thought we would try and sort of take advantage of that, I suppose, if you like, by flying into Greece. So we'll definitely get some increased traffic on the way into Thessaloniki. I don't think we've got any ATC on at the moment here at Bulgaria, but oh, we do actually have a Sofia control on. Fantastic. So we'll get to speak to them for the clearance, which is very, very nice. So yeah, that's going to be the plan for the day. Like I say, we're in the Fenix A320, and it should be pretty nice. I'm really looking forward to getting back into the Fenix and testing out some how it performs with the new CPU in a very realistic scenario rather than doing benchmarks. So it should be nice. Sorry for the quite long intro there as well. I literally just finished doing some editing for a client, maybe a minute or so before I clicked the live button. So I just had to make sure that was all sent out and correctly received by the right people. So that's what I've been doing. Got an email as well today from a company, a flight sim company. I'm not going to say much more than that, but we've got something very, very exciting coming to the channel very soon. Something that I never would have expected to be something that would happen to this channel, and something that I would never expected yeah, to happen, really. So yeah, really excited for that. So yeah, looking forward to sharing the whatever that may be with you guys at a later stage, somewhere down the line. So, right, who have we got in the chat? We've got Ramsey's here. Very good. Welcome. I should join you. Yeah, you should join us, Ramsey. Why are you not joining us? That's the point, though. Actually, I've opened vPilot multiple times here, and it just doesn't seem to want to open for whatever reason. Let me just have a look here. Sorry about this. I think it's not closed cleanly. So there we go, I'll just do that, and then that's the wrong one. There we go, okay. There we go, lovely. Right, so I'll just connect to VATSIM whilst we're doing the intro here. So we're going to be flying Bulgaria 807 is our call sign today. Right, lovely. Okay, and just as I said that, Macedonia radar has come online as well. Very good. Okay. Bear with me. Right, cool. Right, all right, chat. So, sorry, just getting my vPilot sorted there. Okay then, so we've got Ramsey, we've got MPS Gaming, welcome. John, welcome to the chat from Greece. Very good, glad to have you with us today. Welcome to the chat. Jordan, welcome as well. Roy, welcome indeed. Good evening to you. MH Flies, welcome, good evening as well. The commentator, welcome to you also, my friend. Pele, welcome indeed. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully it should be very, very cool, Roy. It should be very, very cool. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I will, obviously you guys will see what it is. It's going to be mainly some video content, but you guys will see it well before on the stream the video comes out. So yeah, very excited. Right, MPS says, so far, what do you think about the CPU upgrade for Microsoft Flight Simulator? And another thing, you use your computer, was it worth it? So yeah, I can't really say at this moment in time. I haven't done enough flying since I got it. To be honest, I've not done that many. We've only really done the PMDG flight we did on Sunday. Then we did DC6 yesterday, but I don't really have any base for comparison with the DC6 because I've not flown that in ages. So I think today is really going to be what really shows how it performs compared to the old one in a realistic scenario, I think. So yeah, I'll be able to give some better thoughts, I think, maybe after today, MPS. In terms of actually using my computer, if that's what you mean, you know, general computing is about the same as my old CPU. Lightroom exports files much quicker for me, which is fantastic. But then again, I'd never really complained about the time it takes. But it is nice and quick now, so there is that as well. So yeah, like I say, I'll probably be able to give a better idea after the flight today. Do you think you should buy the 7950 X3D? That all depends on your motherboard. If your motherboard can support it and you can afford it, I would say that's probably a better choice. Yes, definitely. I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to be, you know, it is CPU hungry game. So, you know, the better your CPU is going to be better. Obviously, provided you've got a GPU that's not going to give you a bottleneck with that CPU. Elbapino, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Cheese and wine. Very, very good. What is your favourite cheese, by the way, Elbapino? What is your favourite cheese? I need to ask. And wine, for that matter. Right. Okay, then, guys. So, let's have a look. So, we're currently here at Fly Too High, Bulgaria. I'm not going to do a full tour of the airport today. We'll just have a very, very quick browse around. Because we are probably going to be late for my departure time here. But as you can see, overall, it is quite a nice looking scenery. One thing I think it is missing is some fences. There's no fence really around the airport, which I imagine there is in the real world. But it is quite nice. It is quite nice. It's not quite to the level of quality that we're used to with some other sceneries like FlyTampa, etc. The interior is very nice. Although there's definitely some issues going on here. These guys must have sat down before they actually set the foundations for the building, and they've just sunk down a little bit there. But yeah, it's not quite the same level of quality as some of the airports we're used to, but the texturing is great. I like the texturing. Lots of nice weathered textures. But there is some, you know, there are quite some noticeable misplaced textures here and there. Like, for example, here it seems like there's something strange going on with those lines. I feel like this line here should be following this section of the model here rather than being off to the side there. I don't know, but yeah, there's a few examples of that all around the airport, like if you see down here on the apron. Now, I'm using Zinertek Enhanced Airport Graphics, so it does make it look worse than it is because I think they have used some of the default ground textures, and the Zinertek is messing with that. But even without Zinertek, you do still get this sort of faded effect between some of the textures on the apron, which is looks kind of gross, unfortunately. And then the lettering, the numbers, and the markings on the taxiways are not that great either. They're not very realistic. But overall, the general feel of the airport is very, very nice. I do like it. It has got, you know, it doesn't look super clean, super fresh. And the main terminal here looks very nice. The custom jetways are very nice. There's a nice amount of clutter. And I do think generally it is nice scenery. And you guys may remember, I did actually say that I did actually contact Fly Too High and raise some of these concerns with them. And I actually received an email reply rather humbly today. You know, they sort of, you know, thanked me for my feedback. and they actually said that there's a big ground update coming for this scenery soon, they said. So that is very, very nice to hear that they're going to be updating, because one of the main things I think really is the ground textures. You know, once you've seen that, you can't unsee it, and it's just really jarring and looks very poor. But like I say, hopefully they'll fix all that with the new updates and add in some ground markings, because I actually flew into here offline, well, off stream should I say, on VATSIM. Obviously they give you a stand to come into. He asked me to taxi down this taxiway here, and as you can see, if you're taxiing along this taxiway, there's no stand numbers on the taxiway, so you can't really tell what stand which is which. There's no signs up here as well. I'm not sure if that's correct to the real airport, but the real airport definitely does have the stand numbers on the taxiway here, so you can see which one you're going to turn into. So that unfortunately is not there, and it's quite a big omission for VATSIM flyers, as you know, a lot of flights do actually use these stands in Bulgaria. I found quite frequently. They're not just yeah, they're not they're very heavily utilized, let's say, because there's not that many gates over here. Right, okay then, so we're in the Fenix. That's enough about the scenery. Looking absolutely beautiful. We've got the Bulgaria Air livery. This is the obviously the flag carrier airline of Bulgaria. And yeah, GSX looking very nice though. It's actually got Sofia Airport branded stairs there, which is very, very cool. So let's get cracking with things initially. So let's have a quick look at the OFP as we normally do. We'll actually jump on board here, and we can go ahead and have a bit of a look at the OFP then. Right, so today we're going to be flying Bulgaria or Bulgaria Air 807. We're going from Sofia to Athens. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. We're in an A320 registration Lima Zulu Foxtrot Bravo Delta. Call sign is going to be Flying Bulgaria 807. Quite a long call sign there, Flying Bulgaria. It's a bit of a mouthful to say, but hey ho. Expected off blocks time is 1740. We're probably not going to make that. And then the expected arrival on blocks time 1903 Zulu. Obviously we're not using current Zulu time in the sim. But that is based on the current time. Coordinates 20 and the ground distance 370 miles with a slight tailwind. 27 knots on average. 63.1 tons is the takeoff weight with cruising flight level 370. Alternate is this airport here, which is, I believe that is actually Thessaloniki. Trip time 55 minutes and diversion time 44 minutes if required. We need just over 6 tons of block fuel. We'll round that up to 6.1. And for the routing, we're expecting runway 27 here on the Divlo 2 Tango departure. Nevra 2 Alpha and 21 right in to Athens. 150 passengers, so fairly fully loaded today, and 1.4 tons of cargo. Coming a bit further down and having a quick look at the weather situation, looking pretty nice really. Nothing too much to complain about. Temperatures over 10 degrees as well. A nice warmish temperatures down here in the south of Europe. So yeah, nothing really too much to say about the weather. Looking at the charts here, we can see our routing just taking us initially out to the southeast and then back on to the southwest, and then from the east into Athens. And then you can see here we've got not really any significant weather to worry about too much there. So everything good there, and you can see that sort of tailwind component showing up there on the charts. So that's that. We're actually going to do the flight on New Sky as well today. This is the platform we're going to be using for the virtual airline when it launches. So we're going to do it on New Sky, and I just wanted to take you guys through this process and show you how it sort of scores you and things like that at the end. I don't know if any of you guys have tried it out yet, but we're going to give that a bit of a try here on the stream. Now, I'm not sure how well it plays with the sim when the sim is not using the current time. So we're going to find out today. So let's just generate a random flight number here. Obviously, we're doing Flying Bulgaria in the sim, but there's you know, this this airline that we're using here on New Sky is basically just, you know, for practice and for getting used to the system. So I don't think that really matters too much. But we are going to be flying from LBSF, Sofia, and then we're going to LGAV, Athens, and we're going to be in A320. And the departure time, we're going to go for... I'm going to... Just because I've been waffling on for a while here, we'll go for 1750. I'll actually just use this nice little selector here, which is super, super nice. 1750. There we go. Lovely stuff. Duration an hour and 5 minutes, which should cover us. So we'll book that flight. And you can see it now shows on our list here, 153 passengers. Now, that is something I do want to take into account, actually. So I know we've already done the briefing here on SimBrief. SimBrief has chosen 150 passengers. So it might be a good idea for us just to... because even though on New Sky you can generate an OFP automatically, you don't have to use that. Let's just have a look. So we can just use these figures here. So we can use 153 passengers and 2.003 tons of cargo. So what is probably a good idea is if I just come into SimBrief and amend that. When we use our virtual airline on New Sky, you will just be able to use the generate OFP button through the app here, because I'm going to set up custom airframes for each of our different Fuzz Air registrations. Whereas in this one, it doesn't quite, because we're obviously doing it a little bit different. So I'm not going to generate the OFP through here, but we can more or less achieve the same thing. So let's just amend the figures just very, very quickly to match New Sky. So 153 and 2003. So 153 and 2003. So we'll set that in SimBrief just using these boxes, and we'll just click generate flight again. So that's that done. And I suppose what we could do, actually, we'll just change the time as well to match when we booked the scheduled departure time for, which is 1750. So we'll change that as well. Oh, why does SimBrief do that? When you go into edit a flight, even if you've put in custom... Oh, hang on. No, it's kept it the same. Why does it say 3,000 tons of cargo then? Oh, that's the passengers' baggage as well, isn't it? 153 passengers. Okay, so that is correct. Right, cool. All right, so now I'm not sure if New Sky is taking into account the passengers' cargo as well. Yeah, that's a bit of a mystery there. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do on that one. What we could do is we could go 3380 minus 2003 1377. And we'll just generate it like that. And that should give us the same figure as New Sky 2003. It's not. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be too far off anyway. Right, so that's fine. We'll do it like that. I'll pre-file it on VATSIM. I'm just going to re-import it into SimToolkitPro as well whilst we are here. So we'll do that. Cool. So that's that done. That's that done. There we go. Right, cool. We've already got the charts. Lovely stuff. So everything else should be about the same. Cruising flight level is 370. Alternate still the same. And everything else we've briefed is more or less the same. Fuel-wise, we'll need to round that up to 6.2 now. Right, cool. So that's that done. Can we try it already? Yeah, I mean, you can use New Sky, use the New Sky Academy. I recommend you do actually do some flights on the New Sky Academy just to get yourself familiarized. I think there is a requirement to do some flights on there initially to actually join any other airlines than, yeah, to join any, you know, user airlines. So it would be wise to do some flights on there initially. But nevertheless, right, so let's go ahead and get set up for the flight today then. So, wrong button. No custom interior on this one, unfortunately. Nothing down there either. Nevertheless, that's fine. We've already had the pilot monitoring on board who's checked more or less everything in here for us. So, all the circuit breakers are checked and looking real nice. Okie doke, IRS is actually not aligned. He must have forgotten one of the buttons there. Nice one, buddy. Right, okay. Let's sit down then. And we'll get our chair brought forwards. And just a little bit of... There we go. Lovely stuff. Okay. Nice and in there. Lovely stuff. So let's just re-import the flights here. And 1750, we'll just change this so it matches up roughly with the sim time. So we'll go 1450. We will likely depart before 1450. Did I put the wrong... What am I doing? 1450? Why does it keep changing to 1350? There we go. Okay. That's fine then. Right. Great stuff. Okay. So, just check the sim settings as well for this. Right. Yeah. Cool. I have flown this one, so this is all set properly. Right. Okay then. So, let's get cracking with things then, shall we? So, I'm just going to check on... oh, of course, Sofia controller's gone offline. Of course, that always the case. Always happens to me, doesn't it? When you are getting online and waiting for... about to get a clearance, and there we go. So, never mind. Right, we've got a load sheet. We'll get our flight initialized into the MCDU here. Cool. We'll go data, aircraft status, nav database is... I've forgotten to update it again. Why do I keep doing this recently? What is going on? Nevertheless, hopefully it won't cause an issue. We'll go init request there. Whilst we're down here, let's go here and here and here. I'm just going to bring that up. Right, so we're going to be Lima Zulu Bravo 807. Oh, actually, wait, I need to... on New Sky as well, once you are ready to start the flight, you can click Start Flight, and it's going to start recording all the data here. You can see it's got a logger here. So that's lovely to see. And you can get a bit more detail if you control-click on the end there. So let's just see here. Lights nav true, that's good. Right, cool. Because obviously it logs stuff like that. Okay, so anyway, carrying on. Cost next is going to be 20. And the cruising flight level 370. Lovely stuff. Temperature on the ground here is 13 degrees. And the temperature at top of climb is going to be minus 59 degrees. I'm not even sure if there's any merit to actually changing that, to be quite honest with you. But hey ho, we always do it, so we'll continue. Hey, so welcome to the chats. Right, so wind's done. We'll put in our departure here, so that's going to be 27 on the Divlo 2 Tango is what we're expecting. So that's in. We'll insert that. Just quickly checking the The waypoints, we've got a flyover at 7:01, that's correct. Minimum 10,000 at 7:04, that's correct as well. Fine. That's all for the departure. So that's that. Lovely stuff. We'll stick in our expected arrival, although this could change. We can actually just check that here as well if we go to our VATSIM ATC when we put in the Athens here. So we've got landing runway at 21 right. So SimBrief has planned us for 21 right, so that's fine. Great. We'll go ILS 2 on right and Nevra 2 Alpha as well. Is what we're expecting. So we'll insert that. The departure we're going to be flying, it is a RNAV departure, so we're not going to stick anything in there. We'll copy the active here and we'll set for a return to field, LBSF as there. And ILS 27, which I chose the wrong one there, but we'll just leave it at that. That's fine. No worries. The engine's not going to fail on us. So that's fine. Cool. Lovely. We'll close this guy off and go to our init B page. We're expecting 57.3 and the 0 fuel rate 30.3. Block fuel we're expecting as well. 66.2 it was that we're going to order, so we'll go for that. Lovely stuff. Which reminds me, let's start the boarding as well, which we'll need to do. Request refueling, catering. And we'll actually wait for the fuel truck to come before we request boarding, just because I don't want these guys to start doing baggage before the fuel's loaded. Yeah, it's definitely feeling a lot smoother here with the new CPU, I do have to say. Initial climb clearance is not noted on the charts here, but there is a minimum requirement of 10,000 on the departure, so we'll put 10,000. Transition altitude is very high here in Bulgaria, 12,000 feet. For the transition altitude. Right, so just checking our fuel here. We've got alternate. It's going to be 2 tons. Trip fuel is calculated 2.7. That's slightly higher than SimBrief. I don't know if that's going to penalise me on New Sky or not. We'll see how it goes. Excuse me. And then everything else looks more or less good. We'll put 0.2 in the contingency, and that's all fine. Cool. We'll do our initial performance calculations as well. Refueler is just about here. So runway 27, packs are going to be on, and we're going to do anti-ice off. That's that. Right, so 373739 and 65. Cool, and then we've got NADP 1 departure procedures here at Sofia. So we're going to set 4750 in the acceleration altitude, and everything else is fine as it is. We'll go ahead and just stick in our engine out SID if required. So it's going to be it's 8 DME from the Sofia VOR, right turn to Sofia and hold. So very straightforward. So basically just fly straight ahead to 8 DME and then turn back on ourselves towards the Sofia VOR. Very straightforward. Fuel is here, and it looks like the catering is here as well. I can hear them rolling about. Oh, here he is. Very good, very nice. Air Culinaire. I feel like they could have just left the word air off that brand there, surely. Culinaire. That's all you need, right? Right.
Passengers bus is coming.
Cool. We'll just go for fast time. Just cost the Phoenix. I feel like it does take a little bit longer than what it should do. Right. Cool. So that's done. Perf is done. We're ready to rock and roll. Right. Cool. Q&H. I'll just check if there is an updated one as well. 1009. Lovely. Right. Cool. So, cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins and covers are removed. Full quantity is currently 3.8 tons. We're expecting 6.2, which is currently being loaded. I forgot to set this in here, but we'll change it in the MCDU afterwards. That's not a problem. Right. Seatbelt signs are not on because we're still refueling. Adirs are in nav and bar set on 1019 at both sides and there. Cool. Right. Lovely stuff. So, we've got another company message. Another load sheet. Interesting. Let's just double check our figures. 57.3 and 30.3. Okay, so it's all the same. Lovely. Let's see if our passengers are here. They are indeed. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Oh, them stairs aren't very well aligned, are they? I do apologise, sir. I do apologise. You just need to do a quick hop across there. Make sure you don't slip through the gap. Please mind the gap. The hell? That's strange. Oh, this guy's not really parked. This catering, he just wants to get his job done, doesn't he? It doesn't matter if he's going to spill a load of avgas on the apron and potentially cause a large explosion or fire. He's just going to get the catering on no matter what happens. Right, lovely stuff then. Okie dokes. So, we'll do a departure briefing whilst we wait for the passengers to get on board. Right, lovely. Okie dokes. So, let's do it then. So, hope they don't break legs on that gap. Me too. I don't want to get sued today. Right. Okay. So we are departing Sofia, Bulgaria. This is 10-9 and airport elevation 1,742 feet. So quite high here at Sofia. We're departing runway 27 off to the west. And we'll have a quick look at the taxi out. So we're currently here at stand 5, which is at terminal 2. So we're probably gonna, well, there's no ATC online, so we'll have to do everything to at our discretion. As you can see, full ATC over Greso, which is lovely to see. So we're gonna push back facing to the north. We'll taxi Juliet, and then we'll take a right turn onto Hotel, all the way down to the threshold for 27, or the holding point runway 27. And then departing runway 27, we're looking at the 10-3 Charlie chart here. This is the Divlo 2 Tango departure. This is now departure from runway 27. Transition altitude, 12,000 feet, so much higher than what we're used to. Most of this here is basically with regards to ATC. We've got SIDS noise abatement, which we've already covered. And we are RNAV capable, so no worries there. So then, the departure itself is going to take us initially straight ahead, 269er, up to 2,300 feet. We're then going to take a right turn, max 205 knots. I missed that earlier, so I'll have to just check that in the MCDU. We're going to take a right turn out to Sierra Foxtrot 701, which is a flyover waypoint. We're then going to take a right turn inbound to Sierra Foxtrot 704, which is a minimum altitude of 10,000 feet altitude, and then out to Sierra Foxtrot 705, and then out to Divlo. So basically 2 right turns and a slight left to Divlo is the departure. So that is everything. We do have minor failures on, so if we do have anything on the takeoff roll, any yellow or blues, any master warnings, master cautions below 100 knots, we will stop. And anything above 100 knots will only stop for a master warning. And after V1, we're obviously committed to the takeoff. So that is everything for the departure briefing. Weather is good, nothing to worry about there, and no other real threats to worry about. So let's just make sure that speed restriction is in the MCDU here. So yeah, we've got 205 knots there at the first turn. It says that it can't actually make that restriction there with the yellow star for whatever reason. Probably because it's aiming for exactly that speed, which it's not going to do, so that's fine. We can just put -205, and that should be okay. Okay, he's not okay with that, so that's right. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. That's no issues. Actually, is that how that works? I don't know if that is how it works. We'll just leave it at 205. It's basically showing in orange, basically because that's so close to obviously taking off. We'll still be accelerating by that point, so we won't actually be at 205 knots, which is what it's saying. It thinks we want to go exactly 205 knots, but all we really want to put in there is an upper limit of 205 knots, which there is. So that's fine. That'll be effective. Right, more people coming on board. Please mind the gap. Please mind the gap. Is there the same situation at the back here? Because let's have a look. How are we doing on time? We've got about 20 minutes to departure, actually, so we're doing quite well. I overestimated. Oh, I can't even go through there. Come on now. Oh my god. Yeah, that one's all aligned incorrectly as well. Look at that. What's happened? GSX, please. Every time. Why you do this? Anyways, right, so depart briefing's done. Refueling is done now. I'm just going to come in here and just make sure I round that up to the figure I wanted. 6,200 was what I wanted. So that's done. Let's go and we'll put the fuel pumps on now. And seatbelt signs can go on as well. Lovely stuff. Grand, grand, grand. Now, I do know you get penalised in New Sky if you depart too early. I'm not sure, again, whether it's taking the Sims time or the time in New Sky or not. But we're going to find out, aren't we? I'm pretty sure it takes the time in New Sky, actually, not the Sims time. So you can set the Sim time to really whatever you want. But that being said, like I say, I'm not sure what the amount of time is for you to get penalised before you depart. Let's see, rating system. Early departure. Oh, within plus or minus 15 minutes. So that's not bad at all, really. We could depart in about 5 minutes' time, which is probably going to work quite well for us, actually. I think that's the last passenger bus. Last few bags are coming on as well. Very good, very nice. Very quiet here at Sofia. Right. I'm going to close this door now. Lovely stuff. Okie dokes. SLH Sim Designs, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. Welcome indeed. Right, let's catch up with some of the messages then. Lilo, welcome to the chat. Sorry if I missed your message earlier on. Poser, welcome indeed. Hope you're doing well. Screwed. Welcome, dude. Photochromax, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. It's an art installation, was it now? Hey yo. Well, that makes it a bit easier to handle, doesn't it? The RAM sticks I got last Friday were DOA. Tomorrow we'll get the new sticks. Well, glad to hear you got some new ones coming in relative short order, Roy. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Acer says, should have been flying to France from Bristol this morning. Flight cancelled due to snow. Crikey, really? They had that much snow down in Bristol already? Dear, oh dear. We had a little bit of snow here today, but it's stopped. But we are expected to have quite a bit of snow here tomorrow. Yeah, that's unfortunate, dude. Well, fingers crossed you can get it rearranged in a reasonable time frame. Oi Oi Aviation, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. Right, lovely. Boarding's completed. Oh, look at that. The stairs go down. Did they always go down on their own? I can't remember if they did or not. Right, alright. Do you also get penalised when you're flying higher than filed? I'm not sure about that one, Roy, actually. I'm not sure. There is a list in the wiki of what you get penalised for. I mean, the main things you get penalised for, really, is if you use time acceleration, if you teleport, slew mode, mid-air refueling, changing your weight in flight, not having the correct lights on at the correct stage of flight, if you stall the aircraft, if you over-G the aircraft, if you set the wrong altimeter, if you are late or early departing, if you do not retract the gear, etc., and various other configuration changes whilst in flight. But I'm not sure about actually flying at the wrong altitude, to be honest with you. I'm not sure, because I don't think you would get penalised for that, to be honest with you, because in the real world sometimes you don't get the filed cruising flight level, so I don't think you would get penalised for that at all. Only one thing to bear in mind with that is you will get penalised. Obviously, well, you'll get scored on the amount of fuel you use as well, because the fuel costs money in New Sky. So obviously, if you end up using slightly more fuel due to flying at a slightly different altitude, then you may end up, not having as much profit for that flight, essentially. Yeah, I suppose that's probably going to be negligible in a lot of cases, but yeah, I suppose I guess you could call that some kind of penalisation as well. Right, okay. What if you land without gear? Don't talk to me about that, dude. Don't talk to me about that. Right, let's get the APU fired up. Is this a virtual airlines? Yes, High Flyer. Yeah, we're starting up a virtual airline for the channel, Fuzz Air, on... oh, we've got revisions. Oh, gosh, we better change those. So, yeah. We're starting a virtual airline. Fuzz Air. We've got 2 tons extra. Crikey. That's a lot. And 31.3. Alright, we'll have to do our perf again. So yeah, we are going to do it on a platform called New Sky. So it's going to be... Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. We've got a custom livery on the way as well, which is being made by Miggle, who you may have seen their liveries on flightsim.to. They've done a fantastic job. There's just a few final little bits to change, and then we are pretty much there. 38412 down 0.3. Right, it's lovely. Its flex was still 65. Right, it's lovely. That's all correct. Fantastic. Right, so we are ready to rock and roll. APU is available. I didn't start the chrono. We'll start it now. Let's turn the external power off. We'll get the ground crew to disconnect the GPU and get rid of the chocks. And we'll get the pushback tug to connect to the aircraft. Let's see what the plane looks like. I know we were deciding on that. Well, the final design is pretty much done, to be honest. I'm just waiting on a few small revisions from the livery creator, and you guys will see it once it's final, basically. Oh, beautiful! We actually have the adjusted livery. It's just arrived in my Discord.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Lovely. There's some new voices in GSX as well, which is quite cool. Do we need to do an exam to get in? No. No exams. Obviously, you are scored, though, based on how well you follow the standard operating procedures. So... you've got to bear that in mind as well. What's that tag they put in? It's the nose wheel steering locking pin, basically. Stops the pilot from using the nose wheel steering whilst the tug is connected. Right. So we're going to go for... Let me just come back in here. We're going to go tail to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Right. So before we start checklist...
Commencing push.
Parking brake is released. Takeoff speeds and thrust 3841. Windows are closed. Beacon lights is on. I probably should have put that on earlier. I might get penalised by New Sky for not doing that before I started moving, but hey ho, we might be okay. I did it relatively soon. Okay, so before start, checklist is complete. APU should be about warmed up now. I was a bit late at turning the chrono on, so let's go ahead and go for an engine start. So engine mode selected to ignition starts, and engine start on number 2. Actually, no, wait. It'd help if I put the AP bleed on as well, wouldn't it? How come I forget that so often? No, like that paper. What do you mean? Which paper? What are the consequences? In terms of what you mean on the... You mean on the virtual airline? I've not turned the AP bleed on, have I? I have. Okay. Okay, we are rocking. We got rocking, right? Okay, parking brakes set.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
That was an extremely poor pushback there. I should have done a quick edit, but never mind. Right. What are the consequences of getting penalised? You get a lower score. So I'll just very quickly show you whilst we're starting the engines here. So if I go to one of my older flights, you can see here I've got a score of 10. That was a really well done flight. But if you do things wrong or you're late, etc., then you'll get deducted from this score basically. So you can see the first flight I did on here, I got 9.37. So I got a minus 0.25 there for having a fairly firm touchdown, and I deviated from the center line on the approach by 1.10 meters. It gives you all the details here, and then I didn't have my beacon lights on for a while, so I got docked for that as well. So that's that, yeah, basically. Right, okie dokies. So we'll go for an engine start number 2. Oh, we got a bing there. Brakes hot. Okay, that's fine. Oliver, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Will FSLTL have your airlines on their VMR? I'm going to speak to them and see if I can get it added, yeah. But I will... yeah, I'll need to get it painted first. That's the one thing. For now, I have flown a couple of routes with the New Sky Academy. I have, yes, Roy, yeah. Yeah, you need to actually fly some routes with the New Sky Academy before you can actually... before you can create an airline. I'm not sure if it's different for flying with different airlines, but you definitely need to do that to create an airline. So I am, yeah, obviously having to rack up some hours with them. Well, just obviously so I can get more familiarized with the system, but also so I can actually create the airline for you guys when I'm ready. Shuts, welcome. I'll have to distribute Fuzzair's SOP. I certainly will, dude. I certainly will. I mean, basically, so initially it's just going to be the standard stuff. So, you know, like... stuff that we always normally do anyway, but I think as we go on, and I've been speaking to the developer about this as well, as I'm going to try and put in some other SOPs, and what the developer can do, he can add to our airline, he can add the logger so it tracks certain variables in the sim, you know, like custom variables that you know, we can basically implement other SOPs with. So, you know, for example, if we wanted to put as an SOP that you have to do an approach with auto thrust off, for example, as an SOP, then we would need to find and track the custom variable for auto throttle or auto thrust off in the Fenix, for example. So, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we can do with it. It's really, really exciting. Right, let's do the after start flows. So, engine mode selected to null. Armor spoilers, we'll get the flaps set to flaps 2. Lovely. Transponder can come on. Coming up here, we'll check the ECAM status and the flight controls page. We'll do a flight controls check. Full left. Full right, neutral, full up, full down, and neutral, full left, full right, and a neutral. We'll set the trim. And that is equal to about 29%, isn't it? 29.6. Yeah, it's weird that the Fenix takeoff performance calculator doesn't give you the trim in a CG percentage, because that's what it asked for on the checklist, which is interesting. Right, we'll turn the terrain display on as well. We'll go for max auto brake. The FCU is set up and all correct. Up above, we'll get the APU bleed off and the APU master off. And we'll do the after start checklist. Anti-ice is not required. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim is set to 29.6%, and the rudder trim is neutral. After start checklist complete. Right, let's go, chat. So, get the taxi lights on. Let's get underway. Sounds really good. Similar to VAMSIS, would you say? What is VAMSIS, Schutz? I'm not quite sure what that one is. What's your best tip to become a pilot? I am 14. I would start going to a flight school. I'm not a pilot though myself, so I can't really give any real world advice on that one, unfortunately. But I mean, yeah, I would start going to a flight school and trying to learn how to fly a plane. You can also learn on a flight sim, but if you're young and you've got someone who's able to support you to go to the lessons, then I would definitely start going to flight school. Harry, good evening. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Poser, welcome indeed. I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Toto Camp got a deleted message there. Sorry about that. Will there be a PMDG livery? Not sure yet. Not sure. I was thinking of doing an all Airbus fleet, to be quite honest with you, for the for Fuzz Air. At least initially, we're going to be just having A320s, and then we'll get some Neos. So initially, it's really just going to be for the Fenix initially, because that is the aircraft that I mainly fly, and it's the aircraft that I think is the best for Microsoft Flight Sim and the best for airliner operations. Second, we'll get some Neos, so obviously the A320NX, and then we'll take it from there essentially. But you know, I would love to go crazy and add tons of different aircraft to begin with, but I want to get the livery in place for each of the said aircraft, so that we can have that level of immersion as well with the airline. And to be quite honest with you, I can't afford to pay for a ton of liveries all at once, because it does cost money to get a custom livery painted. So yeah. All in good time. All in good time. Right. Taxi checklist. Flight controls are checked. Flap setting is config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear on and auto. Engine mode selector is in normal. Ecam memo takeoff no blue. Taxi checklist complete. Ryan, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. But yes, I'll definitely try and get... So, guys, I need to ask you this question while we're talking about it. So, is it better for you guys? I know, obviously, FSLTL is free, but FS Traffic has, you know, better models and a better paint kit, arguably, than FSLTL. So, guys, what would you think? Should I have the airline's model for model matching on VATSIM? Should I have that made for FSLTL or FS Traffic? I would like to get both ultimately, but I think initially we're just going to do one. So you guys will have to let me know. I imagine it's going to be FSLTL, but I suppose it depends how many people have got FS traffic. More people have FSLTL, yeah, exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? What airline are we flying? We're flying Air Bulgaria. Or Bulgaria Air, rather. Grass. FSLTL. Okay, FSLTL it is. Very good. Very good. Thank you very much, guys. Harry says, I'm good, thanks. Just had another PPL lesson and today is my birthday. Very good. Harry, happy birthday, dudes. Everybody in the chat, wish Harry a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Harry. I hope you're having a good birthday. PPL lesson on your birthday. Love to see it. Dedication. How did your lesson go? FS Traffic doesn't do virtual airline paints. Well, there is a paint kit available, so anyone can repaint for FS Traffic. And you can add it in yourself. Poser says, school is a pain, time to relax and have some virtual catering service. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the pot noodles in the back there, Poser. Start a GoFundMe so we can buy you a real Airbus. That might take a little while, I think. That's not. That would be amazing, though. Imagine if chat all chipped in and just bought a real Airbus. That'd be so cool. I'd have to go all around the world to each different airport, picking you guys up, and we'll all go on a big trip. Medali, welcome to the chat. Sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong there, but welcome to the chat from Sofia. Very, very good. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Yeah, Sofia, very beautiful area. I've never been to the city. My brother actually lives there at the moment, but I've never been myself. He does enjoy it, though. Patrick, welcome to the chat. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, welcome, guys. Right, okie dokes. So we're pretty much there at the runway. We've got some pink trees here, though. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think that's Bijan's Four Seasons pack causing some strange anomalies there. Right, okie dokie then. We'll get TCAS on. We are on VATSIM, so I suppose we should probably say something. Sofia traffic flying Bulgaria 807, lining up runway 27 for an immediate departure. Sofia traffic. Right, so lineup checklist. Takeoff runway is 27. That is confirmed. TCAS TARA, packs 1 and 2 are on. Lineup checklist complete. Right, so for departure, it's a right turn. Right turn at 2,300 feet, max 205 knots. And then another right turn after flying over SF701. Up to, and then another right turn up to 704, which is max 10,000 feet. Getting some nice buttery smooth frames here. Love to see it. Right, nobody around, so let's just break down to a full stop here. Get some get the full performance from the aircraft for the takeoff roll. Right, let's get some fuzz togas in the chat. Channel members. Alright. Lineup checklist is complete. Everything is ready to rock and roll. We'll get the strobe lights on. And we'll get the landing lights on. Start the chrono. Let's go. Engines are stable. Takeoff. Manflex 65 SRS runway auto thrust blue. knots. Called that a bit late there. Flex is set. V1 rotates. Nav, positive rates, gear up. Right, there's that 2,300 feet. Let's get the ground spoilers disarmed. Nose lights off. Lever climb. Thrust climb. Auto thrust. NADP 1 departure procedures here, so we're not accelerating just yet. Thrust climb. Such buttery smooth frames. Love to see it, chat. Love to see it. Thrust climb, climb. Acceleration, altitude. We're already above the S speed, so let's get the flaps set to 1. Speed is checked. Let's release the cabin crew. And we're coming up to the S speed. Speed is checked. Flaps set to 0. And we're accelerating to 250 knots. Alright, AP2. Let's clear ourselves up to our cruising flight level. We might as well, there's no one online here. Flight level 3 is 70 it's going to be. We'll pull for open climb. Open climb, and we'll set standard pressure. We'll leave that one as it is, that's fine. Right, lovely job. Okie dokes. We're all cleaned up. Approaching 7,600 feet. Love to see it. Very, very nice departure. That absolute butter smooth. Very happy with that one. There's bugs on our windshield. Yes, there is some dead bugs on our windshield. A few flies that I accidentally mushed. Right, coming up to flight level 100. There we go, flight level 100. Let's get the landing lights off. And seatbelt signs. I'll actually leave them on for now, just while we do this turn. Okie dokie. Love to see it. Very, very nice. But yeah, Ryan, looking very, very buttery smooth, the frames at the moment. Absolutely very nice. I wouldn't say with the Fenix it's a huge, huge, huge difference, but it is definitely noticeable. It's a lot more noticeable in the PMDG aircraft, and a lot more noticeable in, well, any other aircraft except the Fenix, basically, just because the Fenix is quite a heavy, heavy beast on the displays. Absolutely stunning flight, this, by the way, chat. I did this the other day in reverse, and it's so scenic. Like, there's just mountains and these really, really amazing looking coastlines the whole way. It's absolutely fantastic. Love it. Right, come in here. Let's go to fix info. Let's clear out Sofia. Fine. Off we go. Seatbelt signs can come off now. Like how the engine sound increases as you approach the window from the inside passenger area. Yeah, the sounds in the Fenix are just absolutely next level. Definitely some of the best in the sim. So, if you actually just come into the cabin, you can hear the sound change immediately there as you sort of come underneath here. Super, super nice. Love the sound in the Fenix. Goodbye. Lovely. Let's see. Thank you very much, Oi Oi Aviation. Thank you very much. That was a very, very safe takeoff. I feel that was super, super to the T. I think that was textbook takeoff. Am I using TAA or DLSS? I'm using a TAA high flyer. I don't use DLSS because in the airliners it tends to blur the displays quite a lot, so I don't really use DLSS, even though I could do. You have an i9 with a 3090. Do you think you'll experience many stutters on the frame rate? It depends, Patrick. It depends probably mainly on your resolution, but I doubt it. That looks like a very strong system. If you ran that at 1440p, I imagine you would get no stutters at all. In 4K, maybe? I don't know. It depends on your graphics settings as well, to be honest. Oh, you did spin recoveries, Harry. That's amazing, dude. I bet that was great fun. You forgot your ginger biscuits, so feeling a little sick after it. All good now. Well, glad to hear you're not feeling too sick on your birthday, dude. What's that about the ginger biscuits? Do you have... The ginger biscuits help with the the motion sickness that you get. I remember the first time I went in a little Cessna, I did feel a little bit sick as well. It's interesting that ginger biscuits help with it, though. I didn't know that one. You have a 32-inch monitor, so running 1080. Oh, right. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, you're going to be heavily processor bound there, so... yeah, again, it depends on it'll depend on your graphics settings to do with the object, to do with the level of detail sliders. They'll probably have the most impact on your frame rate, with you being CPU bound. At 1080p. What you could do though is to reduce that CPU bound state. Is you could actually use the render resolution, the render scaling slider, and slide it up to like 150 or 200, and then you'll be using more of your GPU, and it'll look a lot better. It'll look just so much crisper. But that being said, stutters will heavily depend on many different factors. It's difficult to say, to be quite honest. Right, looks like we've got a pilot above us actually. Can't see them on the TCAS, but they are somewhere up there. We're going to be going to a Macedonia radar next on 132375. So let's actually just tune them. And we'll listen in.
Radar contact, climb flight level 220.
Climb 220 on the A320, on the angle.
Macedonia, good evening. Turkish Lima Foxtrot inbound goal to flight over 300.
Turkish Lima Foxtrot Macedonia.
Let's see. Christopher's immune to motion sickness. That's amazing, Chris. I wish. I think a lot of us wish we were like you.
Turkish 9 Quebec Bravo Macedonia, good evening. Radar contact.
Very good, dude. Yeah, I was surprised, to be honest. I don't generally get motion sick, but I was surprised the first time I went up in the Cessna. It was a little bit bumpy that day, so I can probably be excused. But yeah, the first time I went up, it did feel a little bit. I didn't feel sick. I just felt a little bit not right afterwards, if you know what I mean.
China Southern 2133, are you able to climb flight level 270? I need you in the node flight level.
Flight level 270, China Southern 2133.
Thank you.
SLH Sim Design says, hello Bobby, are you interested in any Caribbean flying? Would be glad to sponsor you some of our sceneries. Well, that's very kind of you to offer, SLH Sim Designs. I'm certainly interested in Caribbean flying, yeah, certainly. What I will say though is that I generally do mainly airliner operations at the moment. It's very rare that I do GA these days, but I am open to it. So I'm not sure which airports that you've got, that you've done, but
6 minutes.
maybe something to bear in mind. I don't want to obviously waste your time if you are mainly doing like GA airports, or if you're doing, like I say, if you're doing, you know, some of the major airports, then yeah, that would be super useful. I suppose some more routes will open up in the Caribbean as well when the ATR releases for Microsoft Flight Sim. But yeah, that's very kind of you to offer, and thank you very much for the offer there, SLH Sim Designs. If you want to get in touch with me, by all means come to the Discord, and you can send me a direct message on Discord. The link is in the description of this video, or you can contact me on either Facebook or Instagram. Any of them are absolutely fine with me.
Walker 2464 Macedonia, good evening, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, 2464.
Right, guys. Looking forward to this arrival into to Athens. Looking forward to this.
16 Papa Tango, climb flight level 260 will be final.
Climb 260 and final, Olympic 16 Papa Tango.
Right, I think we'll probably check in with this guy now because we're getting very close to the edge of... got this guy on the same airways as well, which is a little bit rough, but we may have to stop our climb. What altitude are they at currently? They're at 35,000 feet, so we're actually going to climb above them. So that's fine. Okay, we should be okay then, I think. Right, let's have a word with Macedonia Radar.
Zian 292, direct Osmos.
Direct Osmos, Zian 292.
Bravo, Oscar November Alpha, flight level 130.
Olympic 16 Papa Tango, direct Bellas.
Oh, the YouTube overload. Yeah, thank you very much, Ace Flywings. I'll just get it reconnected.
Direct DT and climb flight level 130.
Direct DT and flight level 130.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Bravo, Oscar November Alpha.
Indonesia 250, descent flight level 140.
Descent to level 140, Indonesia 250.
Macedonia Radar, very good evening. Flying Bulgaria 807, passing flight level 305. Flight level 370, inbound NICT.
Bulgaria 807, Macedonia, good evening, radar contact.
Right,
Macedonia Radar.
lovely.
Bravo, Oscar November Alpha, request out of cockpit for 10 minutes, please.
Approved.
Macedonia Radar, KLM 873 with you now at 210, climbing 240, request further climb, and yeah.
Right, lovely stuff. We do have this guy who's very close in front of us,
280.
but I'm hoping,
Climbing 280.
well, he's staying level, so we're not catching him, so we should just be absolutely fine as we climb above him. Let's see what happens.
1208, bye-bye.
He's not showing as a threat, he's just showing visible. We will monitor though. Right. The one thing about Otto is that I don't get is sometimes when I press the keybind, it seems to zoom the camera out for some reason. Oh, look at this guy. Beautiful. Right, let's just check the ATIS for...
Macedonia, Olympic 16 Papa Tango.
Athens.
Out of cockpit.
Approved.
Make it a bit bigger for you guys.
7326, contact Athens, radar frequency 129.675.
129.675, vertical 7326.
ATIS information Delta 1750. ILS landing runway 21 right as planned, that's fine. Transition level 100. Winds are 230 at 9 knots. Well, there's no real use to put this in now because it's probably going to be a different ATIS by the time we land, but I will just put the QNH in here just so we've got it as a reference there. QNH 1014. And specific ATIS instruction, concentration of birds in the airport vicinity, advised on initial contact you have listened to Delta. It looks like the Otto, actually, the interface goes a bit blurry when you make it bigger, so I'm actually going to just make it normal size. Hopefully you guys can read that okay. It's not too small, thankfully, but...
Radar contact land, flight level 240.
Flight level 240, Amber 167.
Okay, he is showing as a threat now.
Turkish flight, passing 246 class, requesting high.
I think what I may just do, just to prevent the conflict, let's just decrease our speed slightly, which is going to give us a slightly higher climb rate. And it should hopefully take us out of the path where we are being a threat. Or he is being a threat. Or they are being a threat to us.
Luxia 37 Bravo, descend flight level 170.
Descending 170, Liguria 37 Bravo.
All good, sir.
Guys, by the way, if you're wondering about the live stream title today, so I don't know what you guys think to the live stream title, whether it's a bit...
550, direct to Kopara.
A little bit... I don't know. It's not the kind of title that I would normally use.
Circuit 550, contact Athens 129.675.
Right, there we go. He's no longer a threat. Love to see it. Let's go to manage speeds.
Circuit 550, contact Athens 129.675.
Great stuff. Yeah, so the title, funny, a little experiment that I've been doing actually. I don't know if you guys have been on ChatGPT at all. I had a quick go on it the other day, and I was talking to it about YouTube live stream titles. So I've taken some suggestions from ChatGPT, and I'm just testing and seeing if they actually make any difference whatsoever. So it should be interesting. I don't know if you guys have tried ChatGPT, by the way, but it is pretty cool. It's very interesting what it does. And like, I asked it to explain itself once, and it gave me a very astute answer as to what I was asking it to clarify, which was very, very interesting. But it is an AI, yeah. It is an AI, Roy. It is an AI.
2975, ευχαριστώ, ciao.
Lufthansa 1280, descent flight level 170.
Another aircraft crossing us in front there. Love to see it. It's very nice. Just coming over the coast now. Absolutely stunning. Stunning scenes. Look at that. Beautiful lighting. Absolutely stunning, this sim. Sometimes. Look at the low-hanging fog clouds over there as well. Absolutely beautiful.
677 Montour Unicom 122.8 away. Lufthansa 1 Echo Juliet Montour Unicom 122.8 away. What is it?
Oh, I see what you mean, Roy. I see what you're asking now. No, the title isn't completely AI generated, but I used some of the suggestions that it gave me to make up the title.
7 direct Bellas.
Direct to Palace, number 167.
Do I still have a GTX 960? I do in my streaming PC, yeah. That's what I'm using to render the stream on, yeah. You've used it for web text for calls to actions and stuff. Oh, interesting. You know, I've not thought to do that, Roy, to be honest. I might have to give that a try. It's really smooth. Yeah, well, the thing is, you don't require a good really high-end GPU, really, to have the stream render well. It's the main reason why it looks smooth is because I'm using a separate PC to do the rendering on. My sim PC has not got OBS running at all for any rendering, so that's why it looks so smooth, really. Look at this. There's the other aircraft in front. What aircraft type are they actually?
2133, contact Ankara 129.425.
Ankara 129.425, channel 213.
I don't actually see them anymore on
Lufthansa 1280, contact
that spy.
132.975,
132.975, thank you, bye.
They disappeared off that spy. They were a lot Polish airline, so I think. Looking quite busy at Athens, I do have to say. There is currently 19 arrivals, but 36 departures. Crikey.
Okay, KLM 873, direct Osmos.
Direct Osmos for KLM 873.
So we're probably next going to get passed to Athens approach 132975. We'll get that pre-tuned in here.
Turkish 2 Lima Foxtrot, descent flight level 180.
Descent flight level 180, Turkish 2 Lima Fox.
Macedonia radar, Easy 23 Charlie Alpha is with you, flight level 190, climbing 210.
Oh, it was 975, wasn't it? I'm smart.
Easy 23 Charlie Alpha, Macedonia, good evening. Climb flight level 320 and proceed direct Maquet.
Oh, he's showing now. What aircraft type is he? He's a Boeing 738, 737 MAX 800. Very nice, very nice. I wonder if he's in P3D then.
Descent flight level 140.
Hopefully he's not using the terrible MAX that we had for this sim.
Turkish 9 Quebec Bravo, descent flight level 200.
Right then, chat. So, let's do some preparations for the arrival then, shall we? So, let's have a look at our arrival performance. Landing weight is going to be 62.7.
Bulgaria 807, direct Koros.
Direct Koros, flying Bulgaria 807. Nice little direct there. Love to see it. It's brought us in rather nicely here. Right. Okay, doke. So 62.7 for the landing weight. We're expecting 21 right, which is dry currently. I noticed the tablet looks super buttery smooth as well with this new processor. Never looked that buttery smooth before. Right, so we kind of want to... 27 right is a little bit away from the main terminal here, so we kind of want to stop in fairly short order so we don't miss the hotel taxiway, really. Probably won't be able to do that, though, I imagine. We'll probably... Alpha 6 is probably going to be the earliest. So that landing distance is probably going to be fine on flap full. And we'll do a auto thrust off, just to reduce it slightly.
Bijan 292, contact approach 120.8.
Right, that's cool. Fine. So, we'll get the ATC again. Still Delta. So we'll stick the data in anyway for now. 1014. Temperature is 14 degrees. Winds are 230 at 9. Transition level 100.
Direct to Maquet 235.
And we're expecting the probably the ILS for 21 right. It is indeed.
We've had a sim crash. We've reconnected now in a likewise position that we were.
So our minimum is going to be 482.
And continue flight level 330, confirm.
Affirm, there was no point in going back to 350 because we're at top of the descent balloon, so we'll maintain 330.
NADP-1 departure procedures at Athens, so we'll just set the acceleration altitude a bit higher in case we need to go around. Remember, we are on the new sky here as well, so we do want to make sure we get a nice landing on the touchdown zone, sorry, in the touchdown zone and on the center line. So we do want to make sure of that. So that's in. We'll also come in here and just stick in.
Turkish 2 Lima Fox, contact approach 120.8.
120.8, Turkish 2 Lima Fox, goodbye.
25-mile radius for the MSA. And then we'll also stick in the LGAV 2 on right. We'll just stick in a 10 mile. And a 3 mile.
Turkish 48, contact Ankara 129.425.
129.425.
Lovely. Right. Cool, so that's all the preparations we really need to do. We'll do a briefing in a moment. Hi Flyer, I do apologise, I haven't updated the specs there on that command. I've actually upgraded my processor since that command was created. So my processor is actually now a Ryzen 7 5800 X3D.
Julius, Calistera, inbound to Oxhill.
I'll actually just go ahead and change that very quickly.
Amber 167, Macedonia.
Amber 167.
Amber 167.
I think I've forgotten to change it in the description as well, haven't I?
20, Amber 167.
Thank you. Aegean 4 Mike Juliet, Macedonia, good evening. Radar contact, continue direct Azov.
Direct to Azov. Aegean 4 Mike Juliet.
Right, that command's now updated. I'll change it in the description as well, real quick.
Turkish 9 Quebec Bravo, contact approach 120.8.
120.8, Turkish 9 Quebec Bravo, thank you, bye bye.
KLM 873, descent flight level 140.
Descending 140, KLM 873.
Chanix 89 kilo. Purple
Speedbird, welcome to the chat. Good evening, I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, hope you are as well. Welcome to the chat. Biggles, welcome indeed, hope you're doing well. Good to see you.
KLM 416, Monto Uniform 122.
But yes, High Flyer, different GPU for Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, it's a 3080, yeah.
1233 Lima Papa, Monto Uniform 122.8, bye-bye.
Right, so we're going to go for low auto brake.
Macedonia, Olympic 16 Papa Tango. Are we clear for any arrival after Osmos? 16 Papa Tango?
Olympic 16 Papa Tango, expect vectors after Osmos, contact approach 120.8.
Expect vectors and 120.8. Olympic 16 Papa Tango. Thanks.
Right, let's do an approach briefing. Right then, chat. So let's have a look. We are arriving in Athens, Greece. This is the 10-2 Bravo chart. Airport elevation at Greece, Athens rather, is 308 feet, and the transition level is we've already checked out. That's going to be flight level 100. We're going to fly the Nevra 2 Alpha arrival for runway 21 right.
Could you confirm active runway for Mytilene?
2 on right.
By 1, break, Bulgaria 807, descent flight level 180.
Send flight level 180, flying Bulgaria 807. Right, flight level 180 blue, Des, and Alt blue. Off we go.
Aegean 4 Mike Juliet, it's runway 14, RMP.
Okay then. So, the departure of the arrival we're flying is the Nevra 2 Alpha.
Aegean 7 November Charlie, good evening Macedonia, radar contact.
So it's actually super straightforward. Is this arrival? It's basically from Nevra to Charistos. That's it. There's a hold at Charistos, and the minimum altitude for that leg is 7,000 feet. From there, we are going to go to the ILS. Now, we may get vectors from that point. It's entirely possible we'll get vectors from Kilo Romeo Oscar, or we could fly the transition from Kilo Romeo Oscar as well. So let's just have a look. I'm not sure if there's a separate chart for the transition. There isn't. So Kilo Romeo Oscar is actually just slightly off the charts down here, which is the initial approach fix. So we'll essentially follow that inbound to 18 miles, then a left turn onto the localizer. Nevertheless, let's brief the chart as we normally do. So this is the 11-7. It's the ILS for runway 21 right. Localizer India Echo Victor Romeo 110.5. Final approach course 212 degrees. Final approach fix at 3,000 feet. Runway elevation slightly lower than the airport itself, 282 feet, and the MSA highest in the northeast to 7,000 feet. So, as we said, we're going to fly in from Kilo Romeo Oscar to 18 miles minimum altitude on the final part of that leg there, 3,500 feet, then a left turn to onto the localizer. Bringing us to our initial fix, Charlie India 21 Romeo, which is also identified by 12 miles from the ILS DME India Echo Victor Romeo. Glide slope standard 3 degrees, and we've got a PAPI to the left of the runway. Minimums we're going to use 582 feet. And if we need to do a go round, it's straight ahead to the SAT VOR, then intercept and follow radial 212 SAT. It's 8 miles SAT. Outbound, turn right, intercept and follow 258 to Echo Golf November NDB. Inbound to Echo Golf November NDB and hold. Climb to 4,000 feet. So that's going to be our ultimate go-round altitude. And then in order to commence an ILS approach for 21 right in the hold, we need to continue our climb to 7,000 feet in the hold. So initial go-round altitude is 4,000 feet. And the go-round is pictured here and continues sort of down here as well. So it's essentially essentially straight outbound and then a right turn into the NDB and hold. And then once arriving, we are going to expect to park here at the main terminal. So we're landing 21 right over here. We'll most likely vacate Alpha 6, assuming our landing goes well, and then we can expect to taxi Alpha 6 and then Bravo Hotel, maybe Zulu, I'm not sure which one they'll use, and then a long hotel perhaps, or maybe a left onto India and then a left onto Charlie or Echo to the main terminal. I expect it will probably be a Hotel India Echo, because I imagine departing traffic will, if people are coming from down here, they'll probably want to send them up this way, or they could send them up there as well, I suppose. So I'm not 100% sure. I've not done an arrival in here on VATSIM before, so we shall see. Okay, so that's the arrival briefing. The only thing I need to check is the ILS frequency, and the go-around is in the box correctly. Right, let's have a look. So, India Echo Victor Romeo 1105, 212, 3 degree glide slope. And then for the go-around, SAT, SAT-OA, EGN. Yeah. That's all in there, great.
Level 140, Amber 167.
All right, so we're all ready to rock and roll then, chats. We're currently descending on managed descent on the
Bulgaria 07, right heading 210 and contact approach 132.975.
right heading 210, 132.975, flying Bulgaria 807. Right, speed VS 2100, heading at 210, that's fine. We'll continue on open descent, thrust idle open descent. And we'll just check the ATIS one more time.
Lufthansa 1280, fly heading 250.
Information echo, QNH 1014.
250, cleared for the ILS 21 right, Lufthansa 1280.
Athens, very good evening. Flying Bulgaria 807, heading at 210, passing flight level 263 for 180. Information echo on board.
Hello, Bulgaria 807, radar identified, descent flight level 100, vector and guide left runway 21 right.
Descend flight level 100, vectors for ILS 21 right, flying Bulgaria 807. Right, it's lovely stuff. So, probably going to need to pick up the pace here a little bit on the descent. Let's just have a look. So, in a straight line, we've got 56 miles to go, so we're definitely a bit high here. Although we are going to need to... yeah, we're actually quite high here. So let's increase our speeds. We'll initially go to 300 knots.
110, Olympic 802.
Runner 6 to Bravo, turn left heading 070.
Not quite sure what's going on
Lufthansa 1280, switch tower 1865, right?
with the go around.
Lufthansa 180.
There's something weird. It's disappeared now, but...
Lufthansa 1280,
Huh.
contact tower 1865, right?
1865, Kalinika.
Right, okay.
02, fly heading 170.
170, Olympic 802.
Right, so that speed is actually really nice for us. Flight level 100, 300 knots. And you can see how the level off is just right on that ring there, that 10-mile ring. Actually, no. On the 25-mile ring. So, it's not perfect. We'll still be a little bit high, but it's actually going further away from us now, which is not great. Let's keep coming up on the speeds.
Just making the turn, Olympic 802. Thank you.
There's no speed restrictions on this arrival, so we've got no issues. We're still well above flight level 100, so we might as well do what we can here. We'll go up to 330 knots. Flight level 100 is the transition level as well, so we'll go to standard. We'll expect to go to local altimeter, which is QNH 1014.
Runner 6 to Bravo, turn left heading 010, descend 5,000 feet.
Heading 010 and altitude 5,000, runner 6 to Bravo.
Bulgaria 807, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180, flying Bulgaria 807. So it's probably recognised we're a bit high there.
Turn left direct to Nevra, climb level 190.
It's giving us a slight delay vector there. Right, so that's fine.
Approach very good evening, Channix 8.
We're going to need about just over 8 miles to slow down.
Hello, Channel 79, kilo, radar identified, descent flight level 110.
Sorry, wait.
Left runway 1 right.
110 and ILS.
Sorry, correction, ignore me.
Channix 89 kilo.
Let's get flight control replay on. $32 miles to go, so we're still quite high. Going to keep this speed up as long as we can here until we get to close to flight level 100s. Chat, I'll catch...
Bulgaria 07, descend 6,000 feet to 1014.
6,000, 1014, flying Bulgaria 807.
807, minimum clean speed, please.
Decelerate to minimum clean speed, flying Bulgaria 807.
Thank you, number 3 in sequence.
Thank you. Alright, wants us to go to minimum clean speed, which is basically meaning activate your approach phase in Airbus language. We're probably going to have to use a bit of speed brake here. I think that would probably be wise.
Ryanair 6 to Bravo, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000, Ryanair 6 to Bravo.
Maybe not that much. The 6,000 blue, alt blue, QNH 1014. So, approach checklist. BARF is set to 1014. Seatbelt signs will go ahead and turn on now, as well as the landing lights as we're coming through. Cleared through 10,000 feet. Minimum is set to 482 feet. Auto brake is low. Engine mode selector is in normal. Approach checklist complete. Speed brake sewed.
8,000 feet. 1014 and present heading Janix 8 navigator.
Bulgaria 07, turn right, heading 210.
Right, heading 210, flying Bulgaria 807. Alright, here we go, chat. Here we go. Right, so what we can do as well is we can set up a extended center line for us. So we'll go 032.
Reduce now speed to 200 knots or less, and left heading 300.
Pull heading immediately.
Heading 300,
Heading is 210, and then we've got that nice extended center line coming out there.
Get 02, contact Macedonia 132375, okay?
Contact Macedonia on frequency Olympic 80. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So we're passing through 25 miles here. We should be at about 7,500 feet here. So we're still a bit high, but it's fine. It's giving us delay vectors over the water here.
Heading 260 and speed 180, Ryanair 6 to Bravo.
Bulgaria 07, report indicated airspeed.
Airspeed is 210 knots, flying Bulgaria 807.
Perfect, maintain 210, turn right, heading 320.
Right, heading 320 and maintain 210, flying Bulgaria 807.
807, continue descent 4,000 feet.
Continue descent 4,000 feet, flying Bulgaria 807. Right, 4,000 blue. We're maintaining 210 on managed speed because that is our green dot speed. Right, it's 211 actually, so we'll just pull. We'll go 210. Look at that. Look at that. Fantastic.
Athens approach, good evening, 0.86, turn to Mike.
Runner 6 to Bravo, turn left, heading 230, clear ILS to 1 right.
Heading 230 and clear to the ILS to 1 right, Ryanair 6 to Bravo.
Bulgaria 807, descend 3,000 feet.
Descend 3,000 feet, flying Bulgaria 807.
And Alpine 86 Tango Mike, Alispera, identified, climb level 240, unrestricted.
Alispera, flight level 240, unrestricted, 0.86 Tango Mike.
going to bring the vertical speed back slightly. So speed VS 1200.
Alpine 86 Tango Mike, proceed direct to Ixoni, right turn, continue climb to your final.
Direct to Ixoni, right turn and climbing to final level, Alpine 86 Tango Mike.
86 Tango Mike, confirm Ixoni.
Confirm Ixoni, Alpine 86 Tango Mike.
Thank you. Runner 6 to Bravo, contact tower 18625, bye.
18625, runner 6 to Bravo, bye.
Bulgaria 07, turn left, heading 270.
Left 270, flying Bulgaria 807.
Pegasus, Severomo Fox.
Heading 270.
Traffic says 9 kilo, 5,000 feet, QNH 1014.
5,000 feet, 1014, Channel 8, 90 kilo.
9 kilo, fly head, turn left heading 090.
VS 500.
Good evening, departure Pegasus 7 Romeo Foxtrot passing 3,700.
Butter it. I'm hoping to. We are on new sky here, so do want to try and get a good landing if I can.
Climb unaffected, flight level 230.
I'm gonna definitely need some fuzz focuses in the chat for this approach. Right, we should probably get cleared for the approach any second now. We're approaching the localizer. Runway is in sight.
Channel 8, 90 kilo, let me know if you want me to descend a bit quicker, more than happy to do so.
As quickly as practical, I can vector you for the next about 20 track miles until established. You can now turn left heading 040.
Left to 040, we'll get that for you, Channel 8, 90 kilo.
Thank you.
Venezuela suppose Calispera Aegean 711 passing 209 inbound in minutes.
Calispera Aegean 711, radar identified, turn left heading 085. Descend flight level 180, vectors ILS to one right.
Left heading 085, vectors ILS to one right, Aegean 7.
Bulgaria 07, 10 degrees to the left, clear ILS to one right.
Cleared LS 21 right, flying Bulgaria 807. Localizer star. That was perfectly timed there, crikey. Right, AP1 plus 2, Cat 3 dual, localizer star.
9 kilo.
Right, let's go to flaps 1, speed is checked. Flaps set to 1. Glide slope blue. And we'll go to manage speeds. Glide slope star.
Athens radar, good evening, aircraft 24, 3,000 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Runway 2 on right, in sight.
Unrestricted, flight level 180.
Unrestricted.
And we'll go to flaps 2, speed is checked, flaps set to 2.
Bulgaria 07, contact tower 18625, bye.
18625, flying Bulgaria 807.
Channel 9 kilo, turn left heading 360.
Left 360, Channel 9 kilo.
Alright, we'll go to flaps 3 as well, speed is checked, flaps set to 3. And geared out. Athens Tower, very good evening. Flying Bulgaria 807, ILS 2, 1 right, 5 miles.
Bulgaria 07, καλησπέρα. Wind is 230 degrees 8 knots, runway 21 right, clear to land.
2 right, clear to land, flying Bulgaria 07. Set the ground frequency as well. Right, 4 miles to go, 150 knots. We're looking good. Let's go to flaps full. Speed is checked. Flaps set to full. Alarm the spoilers. Landing checklist. Econ memo. Landing no blue. Go around altitude is 4,000 feet. That is set. Landing checklist complete.
1,000.
1,000 feet is checked. We're stabilized. Fuzz Focus is in the chats. Autopilot disconnect. Autothrust disconnect.
$500.
What happened there? We got almost like sucked into the ground. That was so strange. Land.
$100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
A little bit off center line there. Spoilers, decel, reverse green, manual brakes.
Turkish 101.
Turkish 101, go ahead.
Turkish 101, καλησπέρα. Wind is 230 degrees 8 knots, runway 21 left, clear for takeoff.
For takeoff, can you repeat the entry to the runway again? Turkish 101.
We got our exits just.
Should we enter via Delta 12?
Right, lovely. Okie dokes.
Your choice.
Thank you. Clear for takeoff again. Turkish 101.
Flying Bulgaria 807 vacated at Alpha 6.
Plan Bulgaria 07, turn left on Alpha and contact the ground on 121.75, right?
12175, flying Bulgaria 808. 807. Right, I didn't say that. Right, we'll get the flaps up and the ground spoilers disarmed. Radar and predictive wind shear can come off and the TCAS can come off as well.
Γeo 1-0, η εξοδότησή σας είναι σωστή. Current information είναι το ECO. Θα ενημερώσουμε όλοι τα έτοιμοι για που τηλεφώναμε.
Θα ενημερώσουμε όταν είμαστε έτοιμοι. Ευχαριστώ πολύ, ground.
Ground, very good evening. Flying Bulgaria 807, vacated 2 on right at Alpha 6, and we're on Alpha request taxi to stand.
Fly Bulgaria 807, very good evening. Welcome to Athens. Taxiway Alpha 7 in Hotel.
Taxi Alpha 7 and Hotel. And what stand can we expect flying Bulgaria 807?
Fly Bulgaria 807, I will tell you to put the stand in a couple of minutes.
Thank you. Right, so it's a right turn onto Hotel as we briefed via Alpha 7. Lovely. Right.
Για να να επιβεβαιώσουμε λίγο ότι ο διάδρομος αναχώρησης είναι ο 21 αριστερός, σωστό.
Γeo 1-0, σωστό.
Cool. Okay then, so after landing checklist, radar and predictive wind shear are off. After land checks complete. This is Alpha 7 here. The shadow of the aircraft there as well. Love to see it. Right, we'll get the strobe lights off and the landing lights.
Bulgaria 807, continue taxiing Hotel India Echo Stand Bravo 03.
Continue Hotel India Echo Bravo 03, flying Bulgaria 807.
Excellent.
Right, Bravo 03. It's right in front of the main terminal, so we're basically going straight forwards here as we briefed, and then a left onto India as we briefed, and then Echo as we briefed. Bravo 03. Lovely. Fantastic. Love it when you get the taxi clearance that you anticipate.
Mike Juliet, request
Alright, we'll get the APU started.
Condor Mike Juliet, position start is approved, facing east of the kilo, QNH 1014.
Looking forwards to seeing what New Sky has to say about that landing. I couldn't quite gauge whether it was a buttery landing or not, to be honest with you. I felt like we were coming down maybe a little bit quick, so I'm a little bit unsure that it's going to be a butter landing. But you have to bear in mind, chat, that G-force is actually a better way to measure your landings. Look at the train, beautiful. This scenery is great. It is a better way to measure your landings, because obviously that's how it's going to feel to the passengers. So 1G is just going to feel, it's going to feel buttery, even if it's a high feet per minute. New Sky uses G-force to measure how hard or soft your landing is. It does give you a feet per minute as well, but it does use the G-force to score. This is India. Single engine taxi for extra points. That's actually a good idea, actually, Chris. Let's do it. Right, yellow electric pump on. And we'll shut down number 2.
Αιγαίων κατώνεν πούς και κίνηση συγκρίνεται μέτωπο σοβαρά στον ΕΚΟ με QNH 1014.
Getting a few stutters here at Athens with the event on as well. This is such a good scenery, isn't it, chat? Crikey.
ready for pushing start.
Lufthansa 818, I'll have to hold you there for another couple of minutes. There's an Aegean aircraft pushing back.
Say again, inaudible, sorry.
Lufthansa 818, I'll have to hold you there. There is an aircraft pushing back right now on your right wing.
What's the Lufthansa 818?
Yeah, I think what I might do, chat, to improve my frame rate a little bit is because I've noticed I do tend to get quite high GPU memory usage, and I think it might be because I've got my shadow maps set quite high. I think that might be cranking my GPU memory usage up quite a bit, and it's not leaving much headroom for other things. So I might just put that down to a default level and see if that improves the FPS at all. Look at that shadow. That's great.
Condor 9 Mike Juliet, request taxi, please.
Right.
Condor Mike Juliet, taxi by Kilo, Delta 8 and Delta 4.
Bravo 03.
Taxi by Kilo, Delta 8, Delta for hard point, runway 21 left, Condor 9 Mike Juliet.
Been there in real life. I like Athens. Very good, MPS. I've never been to Athens in real life. I've never been to Greece at all in real life, to be honest. But the scenery in the sim looks fantastic, and the approach absolutely stunning. Bueno. So he actually gave us a stand that this flight would use in the real world, which is fantastic. That's why I asked him. Obviously, a lot of the times I will request a stand based on the real world flight, but because it's an event, I didn't know how busy it was going to be here on the stand, so that's why I asked him to assign us one. And thankfully, he actually chose one which is realistic. So, Bravo 3 coming up here, next left. Let's get the taxi lights off.
Colorado Juliet, monitor tower 118.625, let's call you.
118.625, Colorado Juliet, have a good night.
Not a bad turning to stand there, I don't think. Right on the centre line here, according to the VDGS. Not that I fully trust it. Sometimes it's wrong. Come to a stop too early. God damn. Single engine. Come on. Come on. Oh, I think we just went off the centre line there at the end. Right, parking brake is set. Okay. APU is available. Let's get engine 1 shut down now. Yellow electric pump could come off. Beacon light can come off. Fuel pumps can come off as well. And the seatbelt signs. APU bleed on. Oh, we've got external power available already. Interesting.
Very good evening. Welcome
Right.
to Athens, right after 7 Hotel.
Let's get the stairs. Oh, there's a jetway here, isn't there?
Right Alpha 7, enjoy the hotel.
Great scenery, this. Great.
Right Alpha 7, join hotel, Fenix 890 kilo.
Hello? Hello? What?
Στην ακράνθεση, 1-0 ζητεί τροχοδρομική για τον 21 λεπτό.
Αιγαίο 101 προχωρομίστε μέσω του
Does that work?
Δέλτα 7 και Δέλτα, σημείο κράτησης 21 αριστερό.
Oh, we are on the centre line. And we stopped at about the right. We stopped a tiny bit late there, but not too bad. I don't know why the jetway is not moving. Okie dokie then. Let us just see if this helps at all. Huh. Strange. Not sure what's going on with the jetway anyway. Let's request a deboarding and see what it does. Okay, GSX has just died on me, hasn't it? Right, we'll get the transponder off anyway, and we shall do the parking checklist. We've got APU available, sorry, external power available. So parking checklist, parking brake is set, chocks are in, engines are off, wing lights are off, fuel pumps are off, and parking checklist complete.
Continue Hotel, India Echo, and Standard Alpha 05, Fenix, 8 kilo.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the stands, but the jetway won't connect for us. Very strange. And it won't let us deboard either. I don't know what's happened there. Oh, it's letting us do the deboarding, but the jetway is not connecting. Never mind. Not sure what's happened there. Nevertheless, we'll do a backup. Oh! Close the door on its own. And the stairs don't show up. What is going on? I have no idea. I'm going to get rid of GSX because I feel like it's doing some funky stuff. Why are the stairs not showing? Oh, there we go. Right, back up. Okie dokes. So that is that then, chat. What a beautiful flight that was. Fantastic indeed. Let's stop the replay there. And let's go ahead then. Jump back into the cabin here where it's nice and quiet. And we shall have a look at the landing report. We'll have a look at the landing report on New Sky, shall we? Let's have a look. It's looking pretty good. Beautiful. So we got a 10 out of 10. Great touchdown, 1.12 G and 111 feet per minute. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting, the report here, because we're going to have a look at that in SimToolkitPro in a minute, and you will see there is quite a big difference. Distance from threshold, 549 meters, so I think we should have been just about just after the aiming point there. And max centerline deviation, 0.76 meters. Sorry, average centerline deviation, there's a spelling mistake there. And max centerline deviation, 1.55 meters. 57 minutes, 0 delay, 365 miles, 2,353 kilograms of fuel used. And 153 passengers. Cargo, 2,003. 11,399 was our expenses. Revenue was 19,822. We made $8,423 for the airline. And regarding the times, we departed at 17:48 is the actual time. Although we definitely departed a bit earlier than that, I feel. We did start moving earlier than that. And this time is supposed to be your off-blocks time here, so... Anyway, and then we arrived 1 minute before our scheduled arrival time, so that was absolute perfection. Love to see it. And then you've got this map here, which has got some great information on it, and this graph down here as well, which is really, really cool. You've got your altitude and the ground below you, but you can actually come in and cross certain things off. So I can keep my altitude there, and then I can put maybe my fuel on there as well. We can put my gross weight if you want. Put our vertical speed on there, our indicated airspeed as well, and even the FPS in the sim as well, which is quite interesting to see. Big dip in FPS there where we climbed through 1,753 feet. Quite a lot of variations there actually on the departure. Oh no, sorry, that was on the ground, wasn't it? Just before we departed. Yeah, so yeah, pretty interesting. I quite like that graph. That's really, really nice. You've got a complete flight log below as well, which has got all the entries that it made. And then the map here is really cool as well. You can actually go full screen, and then you can scroll around, so you can come in and obviously see your departure. You can see your taxi route. You can see when you turned on the lights and put the flaps into a certain position. You can see it logged my off-block time there after the pushback, actually. You can see when I turned certain lights on, when I rotated, which was just there. And yeah, other stuff as well. Really, really cool. And you put the flaps up, all the information along there. And then coming in to the landing, you can see altimeter changes, spoilers, all the stuff, flaps coming out, gear coming down, and then coming in for the landing. You can zoom in right here and you can have a look. You can see the initial landing there right on the aiming point, and then it says there was a bounce there as well, so a slight bounce, but right on center line, as you can see, and right, absolutely perfect landing, really. And then you can see everything else as it basically in the reverse of the departure. So really, really cool. Really enjoy that visualization of the flight there. So yeah, another 10. Love to see it. That's 2 10s that I've bagged now. Love to see it. However, looking at SimToolkitPro, there is quite a bit of a variation actually, and not in my favor, I will say. So SimToolkitPro actually says the G-force was slightly less, but the feet per minute was more, which is interesting. So 1.6 and 250. And then with regards to the actual touchdown itself, well, let's see where it logged me there. So right on the aiming point there from the touchdown and right on the center line. So yeah, fine with that one. But yeah, it's strange how the vertical speeds, let's just do that and that. And oops daisies. Well, let's just, like, it doesn't let me make it any smaller than that. But if I come back over here, let's just refresh our memory. This New Sky as well is it's completely responsive website. The website's responsive, so you can go on it on your mobile as well, which is really cool to check out your flights and book flights and stuff like that. Obviously, you can't connect to the sim from your phone, unfortunately, through the web browser. But I don't know if they're working on an app maybe in the future that works with the sim. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, you can see the touchdown 1.12 G. This said 1.06, and then 111 feet per minute, and that's 250. So I'm not sure which I believe, to be quite honest. I would personally much prefer to go with the New Sky. But yeah, I'm not sure which one is more accurate. Well, maybe we'll have a look on the replay and have a look and see what it says on the vertical speed gauge. Although it is still it tends to be quite difficult to judge. So there we go. There we go. Not bad at all. Very happy with that indeed. Lovely. Right, we've got a replay to watch as well, which we'll have a look at in just a second. But we'll go with the New Sky touchdown rate because because we're introducing that today. So let's do that and let's see who got closest then. So not that many guesses in the chat, so it's going to be quite easy. There's only MPS and Roy that guessed. So MPS is actually winning there with -178. Very good. Congratulations, MPS. I love all the butters there, though. Love the butters. Right. Packs are shooting into the sky. Yeah, that's... yeah. I don't know what was going on with GSX there. It was so strange. Fly Austrian Airlines via Vienna, second Lufthansa via Frankfurt with work hired aircraft. Don't remember airlines you can rent. Do you mean on New Sky there, MPS? Or oh, sorry, you went to Athens with Austrian and with Lufthansa. Oh, very good, very good. How was Austrian? I've flown on Lufthansa before, but never Austrian. How was that? What do I use for the pad? The pad AirDog is the fuzz pad. It's just an overlay for the stream. And New Sky is it's a virtual airline platform that we are going to be using for the upcoming virtual airline for the channel called Fuzz Air. And yeah, so that's why I'm just using that today. I'm not flying with Fuzz Air at the moment, just giving the platform a test, basically, on the Academy airline. But yeah, that's the platform we're going to be using for the Fuzz Air virtual airline when we do release it. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really impressed with all the statistics. It's really, really quite cool, to be honest with you. Kensai says, great stuff. Thank you very much, Kensai. Thank you very much for tuning in, by the way. And welcome to the chat. Hope you do the Greek Islands in the future. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do want to do Corfu again. Sorry, I do want to do Corfu. There's fantastic scenery for that, isn't there? Crete and Leros, I've not really looked at. I've looked at the Corfu, though. Samos as well, we'll definitely do again in the future. We have done that in the past. That's a very, very spicy visual approach, isn't it? But yeah, definitely be doing some more Greece flying in the future. This is just a fantastic place to fly around, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. And especially when the ATR comes out, there's going to be so many island hopping routes we can do realistically in the sim, which is going to be really cool. Raven says, have I flown to South Africa? We have... Actually, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Can't remember. I don't think so, no. MPS says it was okay from Gothenburg, but from Vienna to Athens, the aircraft has chairs too close together. Ah, that's unfortunate. What kind of aircraft was it from Vienna? Quizzy, welcome to the chat. Yes, a little bit late. Yeah, we're just wrapping up here, but I've got a replay to watch. But yeah, once again, guys, I do hope you guys sign up to New Sky and jump onto the virtual airline for the stream once it launches. That's a link if you want to take a look. But yeah, it'd be really, really cool to have you guys on it with me. And the Fuzz Air livery is very, very close to being done. I've actually been sent just now the new final adjusted version. So we'll hopefully have a look. We'll have a look at that potentially on the next stream if all is good and ready to go with it. So let's load the replay and we'll have a look. Let's just go to ready here. Oh, it's so much smoother. Look at that without the VATSIM traffic. It's crazy how much of an impact VATSIM traffic has on your frame rate. It's absolutely mad. Look how buttery smooth that is. I wish there was a way for them to optimize that a bit. Right, here we go. Right. Just look at the scenery, though. It's so beautiful around here. Oh, the rat's out. God damn it. Right, here is the landing. Is New Sky free? It is indeed. Yes, Raven. I don't remember exactly. I think it was an old Boeing 737, but return was better from Athens Airbus. Very good, very good. Yeah, I do have to say Airbus do generally feel a bit more comfortable to fly on than... Oh, yeah, there was a tiny bounce there, wasn't there? Than Boeing's. That was not bad, though. Tell you what I'm going to do, though, chat, is... Hang on. Let me just sort this aircraft out, because the rat's out. So, Let me just stop the replay there and disconnect. And let's just put this panel state so it's properly done properly. Whoa! See the hydraulic accumulator there going crazy. Am I flying another leg? I'm not today, no, Biggles, no. No, I've got quite a bit of work on at the moment, so I do need as much time as I can get. So yeah, no more legs today, unfortunately, but we'll run the replay a couple more times here, shall we? Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to optimize for AI traffic in the sim. I mean, not even AI traffic, it's just VATSIM traffic. It's not even as dense as AI traffic, but it seems to lag the frame rate so much. I wonder if the shadow maps will help, actually. Right, looks like we're pretty much there, so let's try again. Why is the 05 left at Auckland when there's no 05 right? That's a question I asked in the last stream we flew in there. And to be honest, I'm not sure. I think it might be because they're planning another runway. Or there used to be another runway, but I'm not 100% sure. The rats come out again. What is going on? Never mind. Where were we over the threshold? 40 feet? Actually, we're past the threshold there, aren't we? Let's do this. "45 feet. Pretty good, pretty good. And then let's have a look at the vertical speed here on the landing.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't look like 111 to me, I'm not going to lie.
40. 5.
It did look more like 200 feet per minute to me. But then again, I don't know if the displays lag a bit during the replay. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like SimToolkitPro may be a bit more accurate there on landing rate, potentially. But yeah, AJ Capital, if you Google that one, I'm sure someone's answered that one for you.
40. 20. Retard.
Yeah, I think that definitely looked more like 200 feet per minute. That being said, still quite a nice landing though, quite happy with that. Ignore the rats. Right on the aiming point there. A little bit right of center line. Slight bounce, but other than that, very controlled, very smooth. Love to see it. Right. Okie dokie then, chat. So that's going to be it from me for today. I am going to let it play out here. Let's find a slightly different camera view for today, shall we? This is the one where we can see the reverses. There is. Beautiful. Let's do that one for today. Right, okay then, chat. So I am going to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. Interesting wheel effect. Yeah, that's the motion blur, I believe, Patrick, that's caught making the wheels look like that. I think. Right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream today. I certainly enjoyed that flight. That was super, super nice. Not sure what's going on with the spoilers as well now. Why is the replay so inconsistent on this sim? Nevertheless, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. I am going to head out. Only one stream this weekend, which is going to be on Friday. So I'll hopefully catch you guys on Friday, where we're going to be flying the Fenix once again. And we're going to be flying between Brussels and Berlin, I think I scheduled it at. So it's the Brussels Freaky Friday event once again. So hope to catch you there for that. Super, super busy event last time we flew there, so it should be great fun. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.